Hello everyone. We often heard about stereotypes, but do we really know what exactly stereotypes are? In this video, we will explain about the definitions of stereotype, why people make stereotypes, how stereotypes are made, the tri-component model of stereotypes, and the examples of stereotypes in daily life. Stereotype is common among society, but what is stereotype? According to social psychology, stereotype is a fixed, overgeneralized belief about a particular group or class of people. By stereotyping, people conclude that a person inherits a whole range of characteristics and abilities that they assume all members of that group have. Stereotypes are often used as a major way in which people simplify the social world, since stereotyping reduces the amount of thinking and analyzing processes people have to do when they meet a new person. An advantage of stereotypes is that it enables people to respond quickly to situations because they may have had a similar experience before. One disadvantage is that stereotyping encourages people to generalize others, which means that it makes people ignore differences between individuals. Therefore, they tend to think things about others that might be wrong.
So why do we make stereotypes in the first place? The answer is simple. It is because of our brain wants to be as efficient as possible. We use stereotypes to simplify our social world and reduce the amount of processing by quickly classify people, predict their behaviors, and decide how to act around them. You can simply say that when meeting new people, we have a tendency to categorize them into predefined categories based on their traits and characteristics. Some psychologists believe that stereotyping is an automatic information processing strategy, meaning that stereotyping is an unintentional or instinctive activation of thought that have been learned through repeated stimulation. In this way, stereotypes are like mental shortcuts. Because we use mental shortcuts to classify and categorize people, we often overlook more relevant information and create stereotypes that are not in tune with reality. A stereotype may be positive when it refers to a subjectively favorable belief held about a social group. Common examples are Chinese and Indian do better in school, and Malay girls are timid and modest. These might sound good, but even the good ones may not be good at all. These type of stereotype can generate expectations and standards that are inherently wrong and unrealistic, which can put a lot of pressure on the individual. How exactly are stereotypes made? One theory is that stereotypes are created due to the influence of culture. We pick up from our cultural surroundings about how we should categorize people through socialization. Socialization is the process whereby an individual learns to adjust to a group and behave in a manner approved by the group. People learn how to stereotype at a young age, usually from their environment such as their parents or the media. Stereotypes are also strengthened by cognitive bias called confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is the tendency to search for, interpret, favor, and recall information in a way that confirm or support one's prior belief or values. People tend to ignore information that oppose their beliefs. So if someone believes that men who are not aggressive and assertive are unmanly, they will look for evidence to strengthen their stereotype.
Next, I will explain about the three-component model. So, what is the three-component model? Three-component model is an attitude is made up of a cluster of beliefs, feelings, and behaviors. It can be divided into three, which are cognitive components, affective components, and behavioral components. The first one, cognitive component, is a person's thoughts, ideas, and understanding about an attitude object. It is what we know or think we know about an attitude object. The second one, affective component. This is a person's feeling and emotional response to an attitude object. This component is mostly learned during the course of our daily lives. It is the emotional reaction we have or the way we feel about the attitude object. This involves a psychological response to the attitude object. The last one is about behavioral component. This is a person's behavior towards an attitude object. This is what we say and how we act towards the object.
Stereotype examples can be divided into 4 categories, which are racial profiling, gender profiling, culture, and sexual. The first one is racial profiling. One of the more common stereotype examples is stereotypes surrounding race. For example, saying that all blacks are good at sports is a stereotype because it's grouping the race together to indicate that everyone of that race is a good athlete. Number 2 is gender profiling. Some examples for gender profiling are: men are strong and do all the work. Women aren't as smart as a man. Women can't do as good of a job as men. Guys are messy and unclean. The third stereotype is cultures. Some example for cultural stereotype is: all white Americans are obese, lazy, and dim-witted. All Arabs and Muslims are terrorists. All Asians are good at math. All Asians like to eat rice and drive slow. All blacks outside of the United States are poor, and Italian or French people are the best lovers. The last type of stereotype is sexual stereotype. It suggests that any feminine man is gay and any masculine woman is a lesbian. Those who believe gay stereotypes may also believe that homosexuality is immoral, wrong, and an abomination. For example, Ben stereotypes gay men as being unathletic. When he meets Al, an athletic gay man, he assumes that Al is not a typical representative of gay people.